Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we have a Houston Rockets video for you. Now, we are going to talk about Eric Gordon, but before we get into this video, if you hit the like button, hit that sub button, it is greatly appreciated. Now, Eric Gordon, he recently signed a 4-year, $75 million contract, and this was his first year on that contract. So next season in 2021-2022, he's going to be making about $18.2 million. The year after that, he's going to be making $19.5, and then his final year in 2023-2024, he is going to be making $20.9 million at the age of 34. So that means there is at least 3 years left with Eric Gordon. And before we get any further in this video, I do want to say, I absolutely love Eric Gordon. I absolutely love it. Who wouldn't want a reigning who wouldn't want 2016, 2017 Sixth Man of the Year? I mean, this guy on his career averages 16.6 points per game. This past year, although he only played 27 games, he still scored 17.8 points per game. And this is pretty much coming off the bench. He only started in 13 of those 27 games. So one issue is kind of injury, like longevity. Eric Gordon's 32 years old, man. Last season, he played 27. And then the year before that, he only played 36. And that was a really, really down year. One of the worst years, definitely Eric Gordon's worst year since he got to Houston in 2016. And I think he averaged 14.4 points per game. He was not shooting the ball great. He only shot 47% from the field, 32% from deep. This season, much more efficient. Eric Gordon shot 57% from the field, which is a career high for him in a single season. And I love Eric Gordon, but the issue is the Houston Rockets aren't necessarily looking for what Eric Gordon can provide them right now. I mean, he is a good bench scorer. He can pretty much run a bench unit. I mean, you're scoring 17.8 points per game in only 29 minutes. I would say pretty much any playoff contending team would love to have an Eric Gordon on their roster. And while I'm not the biggest fan of his contract, 4 years, $75 million, it's not the end of the world. All that concerns me, because I don't mind paying Eric Gordon $16, $18 million right now. All that concerns me is that by the time the Houston Rockets get competitive, whether that is hopefully this year, but let's just say it's not this year, the clock's ticking. Eric Gordon will then be 33 years old. You're paying a 33-year-old $20 million when you're supposed to be kind of rebuilding and getting ready for the future. So that's just the problem with Eric Gordon, is he doesn't really fit the timeline. Now, if the Houston Rockets said, screw it, no rebuild whatsoever, like we're not rebuilding at all, and they go out, they make a couple free agent signings, they make a couple of trades, and they're like, yeah, screw that rebuild, man. We're trying to win a championship. Then it's almost just a whole different topic, but I don't think that's the case. And still, even if that were to be the case, I'll debate that. I don't really want to pay a 34-year-old $20.8 million a year. So it sucks because people just get attachment to players and you don't want to see them go. But to me, this is a good decision because you can get either a first-round draft pick, hopefully, for Eric Gordon, or if you don't get a first-round draft pick, like personally, I think they'll be able to get a first-round pick and a young player. So that way, it's a win-win. What contending team wouldn't want an 18-point-per-game scorer off the bench? So that's kind of what I'm saying here. Now, I would love to hear your guys' opinions down in the comments below, because I think that's kind of just the unanimous. It's not a unanimous, like all of Houston loves Eric Gordon. It's unanimous there, but the fan base is relatively split on trading away Eric Gordon. There are some fans who still want to try and remain competitive and want to keep John Wall and Eric Gordon, which I have no problem with that opinion. I just think Eric Gordon, the clock is going to be clicking on his value, And so that's why I really just want to unload him as soon as possible, because the longer you wait, the more the value deteriorates. So next season, trade deadline, I would say that's probably the end. And if you really want to cut it close 1 year from now, that's got to be the end of Eric Gordon here in Houston, in my opinion. But I would really try and deal him away this offseason, coming off 18 points per game on just extremely efficient shooting. So we'll see, man. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, hit that sub button, and I will see you guys later.